Good morning, class. Teacher Pacific here. How are you? I am doing well. Today's lesson is going to be on measurements of food and different ways that food come packaged. And then we will take a look at a short video I made of me making a meal. And you will get to share your favorite meal with me. So we are going to start on this page, which shows different measurements you use when you are cooking. I don't usually use measuring cups. I just put things together. But if you use measuring cups and spoons, this is how they come. So you have over here 1 cup, which is the same thing as 8 ounces or 16 tablespoons. So this is 1 cup. This is 1/4 of a cup, so that means it is smaller than 1 cup. And that is 2 ounces or 4 tablespoons or 12 teaspoons. Over here we have 1 quart, which is the same as 2 pints or 4 cups or 32 ounces. Over here, we have 1 gallon, which is the same thing as 4 quarts, 8 pints, 16 cups, or 128 ounces. And then over here, we have 1 pint, which is the same thing as 2 cups, or 16 ounces. And then over here, we have 1 tablespoon, which is the same thing as 3 teaspoons or 1/2 an ounce. Okay, so 1 cup, 1/4 of a cup, 1 quart, 1 gallon, and 1 pint. So the gallon is the biggest, okay? So the gallon is big, and then after a gallon, you have 1 quart, and then after the 1 quart, you have 1 pint, and then after the 1 pint, you have 1 cup, and then 1/4 of a cup, and then the tablespoon is the smallest. So different packaging of different foods. So this is olive oil. You use it for cooking. And so this, you would say, a bottle of olive oil. A bottle of olive oil. Next, these are tomatoes. So tomatoes can come fresh or they can come in a can. So you would say a can of tomatoes. A can of tomatoes. Next, we have spaghetti, and spaghetti comes in a package. So you would say a package of spaghetti. A package of spaghetti. Next, this is chicken broth. You use it to add flavor to soups. And so you would say a carton of broth. A carton of broth. Another example would be a carton of milk. a carton of milk. Next, you have these jams. So you use jams to put on bread. So you would say a jar of jam, a jar of jam. Next, we have cereal, and cereal come in a box. So you would say a box of cereal, a box of cereal, a box of cereal. Okay, class, next we are going to watch a video of me making spaghetti and some spaghetti sauce. And so you will see the different packages in that. Okay, class, now we are going to watch this short video of me making some spaghetti. Today we will be making some homemade spaghetti and meat sauce. We have our ingredients here, which include peppers. We have red, yellow, orange, an onion, some mushrooms, some canned tomatoes, and tomato paste. So these are cans. And we have our olive oil, chicken broth in a carton. We have our angel hair pasta. And for seasoning, we're gonna use salt, pepper, some paprika for a little spice, some garlic powder, and then we're going to use some Italian ground sausage, which is made from pork, so you can use ground beef instead because that's made from cow. It's important to wash your vegetables first. I will now use a knife to cut up all of our vegetables. Our vegetables are now cut, and I only used half of each vegetable, just half portions. I like to season my vegetables before I cook them, so I'm going to add all of the seasoning on the vegetables first. I'm using a large pot with oil to cook my meat and vegetables, and I'm using a medium pot to cook my water for the spaghetti. We're going to cook our vegetables for about 10 minutes to get them soft before we add the meat in it. Now we're going to add the garlic and the meat in the same pot with all of our vegetables. We're going to cook the meat with the vegetables for about 10 to 12 minutes until all the meat is fully cooked and no longer red. Now we will add our canned tomatoes and our tomato paste in with the vegetables and the meat. Adding the tomato paste now. Wow, that looks delicious. So the last thing we're going to add is some chicken broth. So chicken broth gives it more flavor and it makes it more saucy. As our meat sauce is cooking on low, so we turned it down, we will be making our spaghetti in the boiled water. So our spaghetti is finished cooking and our meat sauce is finished. So now it's time to enjoy. We are finished with our meal for the evening, spaghetti and homemade meat sauce. Okay, class, that was my presentation of how I make my spaghetti and meat sauce. If you have any ingredients or recipes you would like to share with me, send them my way. But that is the lesson for the day. Do not forget to do the survey at the end. All right, class, have a good day.